Go.
Alright, so my project is CNC operating, which is essentially manufacturing of like metal plates, smaller parts for cars and machines and stuff like that. It's an interesting job because in the ag mechanic shop I do a lot of plasma cam, which is extremely similar to CNC cutting. So it's definitely an interesting prospect that I've had a little bit of stock in for the past 3-4 years.
So my senior project is about interior design, and so it's kind of like you meet with people and they tell you what they want and you kind of pull it all together, so it's like how things are placed in rooms and kind of fabric you use for curtains and the carpeting.
My senior project is about law enforcement, and my plan is to join the Air Force and get into MP, and then after like maybe 20 years of service in the Air Force, I will come out as a police officer.
I'd say I'm like not quite prepared yet because I still need to do all my job shadowing. Because there's somebody I know who works in a CNC operating plant. He does all the design making, and sometimes he goes down and watches the floor and sees people cut out things to make sure everything's right. It's all very particular. It's machine operated, so it all has to be right or else they can't send it out. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, so far we haven't, me and the person I'm meeting with, it's a family friend, I haven't had too much time with them, but she's actually taken me along. We've gone to a person's house and they were saying things like, we want a fabric that is good for pets and we'd like it in more of this color and we'd like these kinds of themes. And then she kind of took me to her studio where we looked at different kinds of fabrics and the different things that they would help with and what they would do, and had a lot of it was like color matching. It was fun.
I already have 14 hours in with Sergeant Dan Kimbrough of the Grass Valley Police Department, and so far I did ride-alongs with him. I did 2 ride-alongs with his police officers. My first ride-along with his police officer was a K9 unit, and he's the only K9 unit around Grass Valley, so that was pretty interesting for me.
I don't have really any worries about my readiness, but I do have worries about actually buckling down and getting it done because I'm a procrastinator, a huge procrastinator. It's just a matter of me just focusing in and getting it done. It's not too difficult.
I'm definitely worried with getting the hours in because it is a family friend, but she lives fairly far away. So when I went with her, I was only able to do like 2 or 3 hours, and it's hard to meet with her. So I have to try and find other ways to do it through volunteer work or going to tour a college campus or something like that.
So far it's been really easy for me. I have to get hours in and get some information, get some questions done.